Hello everyone, VJ here back with how to play. Today we're looking at how to play the game Hike. And no, this has nothing to do with, as you can probably tell by the box cover, we're going for a hike in the park, in the woods. This is about a hike, which is a command that muskers use, or dog drivers, to start their teams. And they go hike, hike, hike. And get the dogs moving. It's all about dog sled racing by a little company called Snowboard Games. I think this is their only game. Came out in 2022. Is on Kickstarter, and it's designed by Nika Lenaritz and Balaz Harbor. I hope I'm pronouncing this correctly. And art by Paulina Walk. And it's really nice artwork. The box is a little bit big for what you need, but it is what it is. Has linen finish on the box. This game also came with an expansion, actually kind of two, but there's this expansion, Adventure Traits, which was included with the game when I got it on Board Game Bliss, which you might still be able to find it there. Now you'd think that a game like this, about dog sled racing, would be something like Canadian, but actually they're Slovenian, so that's kind of interesting. And this is cool as well. You got a bunch of dog names all around the outside of the box here. These are actually at least some of the names that are used on the dogs in the game and came from the backers, I believe. So in the game, you get a bunch of stuff. You get 48 experienced husky cards. That's guys like this, like Mika, and this one's another one. And you'll see when you place them into your team, you're going to be building a sled of 8. And you'll see they have blue sides and red sides. And when you put them together, those colors have to match. Otherwise, they don't get along and they don't work. Now, they have 3 different types of symbols representing 3 different types of terrain that you're going to need to go through. And those are experience points. You also have 8 youngsters like Buck. These can go anywhere, but they don't have any experience points. They don't really help you out during the race so much, but they might have a use. Then, in the game, you also get 20 landscape cards. And you have a start and a finish, which are going to go out. You're going to shuffle up the rest and put out 8 face down, which you reveal as you go through the game. Some are just all blue, but many of them vary in colors. And some of them have this, which is a equipment requirement. So you're going to need to have an equipment card for that, or you have to basically exhaust 2 dogs and take them out of the race. So, not a great option. What else do we get here? We get, speaking of equipment cards, you get 12 equipment cards. If I can find them. The mentors, where's the equipment cards? Alright, they're going to be mixed in here. The equipment cards look like this. And equipment cards serve 2 purposes. One is you can use them for when you get to one of these, which you don't know for sure if you're going to get them or not. There's, I think, 2 in the deck. You may or may not get them. You might get one, you might get both. And so you would need them for that, ideally. And you can also use them if you have a husky like this that only has 1 experience. You can slide this under it, and it gives you a second experience. And that could be this color or any color next to it. So if there's a dog over here that's kind of black experience or white experience, you can use that as the second one. It's a wild, basically. You also have 24 care cards, which look like this. There's 12 single and 12 double. And these allow you to basically, when you're doing the race, you're going to be putting a cube on the dog card as you use it, and the husky card as you use it. And this one allows you to remove a cube from 1. The double lets you remove cubes from 2, but they have to be in the same column. You can't just pick and choose. And I'll put those aside for now. There's also 12 mentor cards. It's these ones. Each player starts off with 2. These basically you can use them at any time on your turn to reveal an additional card from the drop pile. Once the first phase is done, you can't use them anymore, so it's a good idea to use them when you can. There's also 6 sled cards. Each player is going to get 1 in their color. I've already got mine, they got theirs. I'll put the rest aside. And there's also 6 pawns, 1 for each player, and 8 cubes. You're going to use 8 for most of the games, but if you're doing 5 or 6 players, you use just 6 cubes. And you also have a couple additional cards here. You have these 4 cards here. This is for a little expansion called Huskies on the Loose, which we're not going to use. And there's these cards which are put in here so that you can put your dog into the race if you want. But we'll put those aside. And then you can see the other cubes and stuff. There's green, there's pink, there's red, white, orange, and blue. So I'll put this box aside. I think I mentioned the game came out in 2022. So, first thing you're going to do, we'll set up these 2 cards to set up the track, and then you're going to take these cards, mix them up, and you're going to deal out 8. And I'm just going to do it like this so that we have room, because otherwise we're a little bit pressed for room here. And that'll work. We can put the rest away. We won't need them. It's going to have a peek here. Oh boy. Both the equipment cards are in there. That's going to be fun. Now, one thing you can do as well, and as I mentioned, if you're doing 5 or 6 players, you're only using 6. I believe, I could be wrong. Yeah, it's 6 in a 5 and 6 player game. And then you're going to rotate the 4th card like this, and it'll be the 3rd card if you're doing 5 or 6 players. And this is kind of like a timer. Because what you're going to do is, on your turn, you're going to be flipping over 2 cards from the deck into a play area here to draft cards from. Once you get to this card, you're going to be doing just 1 card at a time instead of 2. Anyway, we'll set up these cubes here in front of you. 8 spots for 8 cards. 2 rows of 4. My opponent's going to do the same thing. We'll probably just skip the opponent and just do some drafting and show you how things work, but we'll see. You can put this on this card for the time being. And everyone's going to get 2 mentor cards and these care cards. The care cards will go face up in front of you for now. And these ones go off to the side. This player's going to do the same thing. And these are all extras. They can go. And these cards are going to go into your hand, face down. So then, what we're going to do is each player is also going to get 2 cards from the deck in their hand, whatever they might be. And then we're going to reveal 2 cards from here, face up, to start off the, hang on, let's scoot this over. To start off the draw deck. The display, if you will. So you set up the landscape cards, you shuffle the husky cards, all of them, the experienced ones, the youngsters, the equipment cards, and also 6 care cards into that deck. And you deal 2 cards to each player, reveal 2 cards into the center of the table, and put the rest face down next to the racetrack. You give each player 3 care cards, 2 double and 1 single. The rest go aside. Each player will also get the cubes and the pawn and their sled. in the color of your choice. And each cube represents a vacant spot on your sled for your dogs. And each player gets 2 mentor cards. And you collect those mentor cards and the 2 cards you got dealt into your hand. And here's a bit of a look at the setup just in case. Normally you'd put this all in one big roll, but it takes up a lot of space, so I double it up. So there's 2 phases in the game. The first one is preparations, where you're going to be preparing for the race. You're going to be slowly getting an idea of what the track is going to look like. You're going to be selecting the dogs you want to use, doing some care, and getting some equipment ready, and all sorts of stuff. The second phase is going to be the race. So, where you're going to use movement points to move the huskies along the track. So, each day you're going to start off by revealing a landscape card. And then you know kind of what's coming up. So we're going to need blue, we're going to need white, black. Then you will, on your turn, for these first 3, you're going to reveal 2 cards from the deck. And additionally, if you want to, you can use a mentor to reveal an additional card. So then you have 4 possible actions. 1, you can draft a husky from here into the sled. By the way, let's look at what I got in my hand. I got these 2 guys, Crystal and 4. That's a good name for a dog. So one thing you can do is you can draft one of these to the sled. You can draft a card to your hand. You can take a card from your hand, put it in the sled, or you can take a husky from your sled and swap it with one in your hand, if you have to. So let's just say I will take. I'll take this one. This is a good one to get because it's got all 3 colors, and I will put it. Well, let's say I put it here. This I'm going to pile off to the side for the time being. My opponent's going to reveal 2 cards, and they're going to maybe choose one, and maybe put it here. Oops. And then that day ends. You reveal another card. You do another day, and I reveal 2 cards. And so this is a youngster. This can go anywhere. Otherwise, you got to match the borders. So this one I could take. I can put it here, but I cannot put it here because the pink does not match the blue. Do I want this one? Kind of. I'll put it here. So you keep going back and forth doing this, revealing cards, drawing cards. I'm just going to draft up a hand real quickly. You can use these cards. You can draft these into your hand, which give you extra care. This would actually go into my hand. Sorry. So maybe I put this one here. Then, continue. I would maybe take this one and put it here. And then, my opponent's going to be getting some cards too. And then we reveal the next one. Now we're only going to be flipping 1 card unless I use. And, I'm just going to give some of these cards to my opponent just to get rid of some of them. I could use one of these, and so instead of drafting 1 card, I could draft 2. Oh, take care. Maybe I take the care. And then on the next turn, reveal a card. And then maybe I draft this one, because there's going to be a lot of blue. Oh, I can't put that one there because of this. Ugh. But I can put it here. So you can put them anywhere within this 2x4 grid. But you gotta have to watch out for the placement requirements of the colors. So then, next turn, I draft a card. Maybe I use the other equipment card, or this card to draft another card. draw another card. Equipment, I will take that one. Put it into my hand. Oops, this should be in my hand as well. These ones have a different back. Kind of shiny, actually. Then maybe eventually I draw this one. I can put him here. Get the colors match. And then eventually more cards come out. Maybe I draft which one can fit. Ugh. This one would fit. Maybe I put that one there, and then we'll draft some more cards. Oh, look at that guy. This guy can go anywhere, pretty much, except for here. Then maybe again an equipment card, which is good. My opponent's going to be drafting cards as well. Building their sled. We're just going to skip their sled. And then I'm just going to go here until I find a card that I can play. You know what? I can play this one. We'll put it here. I kind of would prefer to get some more white, actually, if I could. And I'll get an additional equipment as well set up here so that I can show you how that works. You know what? We can put... This one doesn't work, unfortunately. Bear with me 1 second. This one doesn't work. This one doesn't work. This one doesn't work. We might not be able to find one that works, unfortunately. So I might have to just make do. Actually, do I have one in my hand? Yeah. That doesn't work. It doesn't work. So the answer is no. I'm going to try to find the best one that I can. You know what? Screw it. We'll put this one here. This one works. So, once a player has completed this sled, they can stop. They will stop. And then, any cards they have in their hand can go. Then, we're going to bring out these cards. And what's going to happen is now, my opponent, if they haven't finished their slide, they're going to continue to reveal cards and draft a card. And then I will take one of these and put it into my hand. Once they have either completed their sled, or I have put all of these in my hand, then the preparation phase ends. So I might not get all of these. I might only get a couple of these. But I will say I only get 2 of them. And then the phase ends. Now, the equipment cards, I got some here. I can put this one under here. I will, to give it a boost. So now this one's going to have 2 instead of 1. And so then, once we're done all this, we get into the racing phase. And once you're ready to... Oops. Once you're ready to race, once you complete your sled, you can put this over here on the start. It's a little bit lumpy. And my opponent eventually is going to do the same thing. So, then you start racing, and actually I forgot to reveal the rest of the cards here. I thought we had some with equipment in here. I don't see any. I was confused. So we got equipment for nothing. Maybe we throw one with equipment in there, just to show you how that works. Get out of here. The cube, that is, not you. So it's actually... Oh yeah, here's the other one. So I missed those ones. Thought they were both in there. So, what you're going to do for the race is you're going to look at the snowflakes to see what you need to move, and use the snowflakes on your dogs to move. So, for instance, I need 2 blue, so I can use this one to move 2. Then I need white and blue, 2 blue technically. I will use this one. This one, because it has the equipment, I can use this as a blue, and then I can copy the white, and I can move the white and blue. Next I need blue, black, blue. Okay, well, I can use this one, 2 blues and a black. Boom. Then we need a blue and 2 blacks. Perfect, I got that one here. And then we need white, blue, black. Perfect, I got that one here. Uh-oh. Right, extra ones around, sorry. Then we need 2 blue. I could use one of these that has 3 and only use 2. Once, if I don't use the third one, you don't use the third one. But then we get to the point where we have black. Now, I can either stop right now, since I can't use either one of these. Actually, I lied. I can use this one to move. So I'm going to move that one. Now, we get to a point where we can stop. If we cannot, don't have what we need in any of these dogs that are rested and are ready to go, to move, all I have is blue right now. I need white and blacks. What you can do is you can stop for the day, or you can use the care cards. And if I use the care cards, if I use a single, I can just do any one. If I do a double, it has to be a column. And the column doesn't really suit me. I'm going to use one though. Right here. We'll use it. And I'm going to take this one off. Toggle. So then I can reuse toggle and move a white black. Then, what am I going to do? I need a black and 2 blues. Okay, so I'm going to use another one and remove this one. And then I can use this one to move. So there's a black, blue. Once you get the equipment card, you have to use an equipment card to move, or you have to turn 2 of your dogs face down, exhaust them, take them out of the game. They just push through that rough spot, that ice, whatever. But since we had the equipment, we were able to get through there without that. And then I continued. I had black, blue, blue. Now, I have to stop. I can't move any further, and I don't want to use any more of these cards. I could, theoretically. I think I accidentally used the double by mistake here. I could technically stop or continue by using a double to get rid of some more stuff, but I'd have to use 2. We're not going to do that. Instead, we're going to stop for the day. My opponent's going to do his race. You can actually do both at the same time. If you're doing like 5 people or 3 or 4 people at once, that might be a little bit chaotic. So one at a time is fine. So what you're going to do once the day is done, you remove all your cubes, rest up for the night, and then the next day you're ready to go. And you start off where you are. So we need 2 white, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this one. I'm going to use this one as a white and copy this one, and then I'm going to use this one for the white, blue, black, and then we have 2 blue and a black, and then 2 blue and a white. Ew, that's problematic. Well, I'm going to use a double care card to recoup these 2. And then we need 2 blue and a white. So I'm going to use this for a blue and a white and waste the black one, which we are going to need again, but we have more. And then I'm going to use... Damn, I'm going to need more white ones though. I'll use, a double blue. And now, again, do I want to use a care card? You know what? I'm going to put this one here. Use the 2 blue and not the black. Then I'm going to use a double care card to remove these 2. And reuse them. And then we get, again, a white and a blue. And then we have to stop again. So then that's going to be the end of the second day. These races can take a few days. So we take all these back and we continue off. I need a white and 2 blue. So I'm going to copy this one. I'm going to use this one, do a blue and a white. Then I need a blue, a black, and a white. So I'm going to use that one. Then we need a blue and a white. Damn it. So I don't have any more care cards, so I'm just going to have to stop for another day, assuming my opponent has not already whizzed by me and won the race. We can continue. And so I would remove these, do another day. And again, assuming we haven't already lost, do this one. Then I would need 3 blue. And then I would just need 1 blue, and I could just use whatever, this one, white thing. So, once the race is done, the game ends. And again, I might not have won because I stopped a couple times. My opponent might have gone past me. He might not. It depends how good he did. Now, if I'm over here, let's say, and my opponent is way back here, if they're more than 6 spaces behind me, at the end of the day, if they don't have any care cards, they can draw a care card from the draw pile. And what you're going to do is you're going to take all these care cards that are left over, all the ones that are in this deck, and any that people have extra, you shuffle them up and create a draw pile, and you would draw from there if you're more than 6 behind. It's a little catch-up mechanism. And I apologize, this video is going to be a bit long, but we're getting there. We're almost done. So, once one person has reached the finish line, if only one has reached the finish line, they win. If 2 or more people finish on the same day at the end of the race, you're going to see who has more ready Huskies, and they're the winners. So I have 5 that are ready, so perhaps I would win. If there's still a tie, then you're going to see who has the least amount of movement, which is probably not me because I got a bunch of that are 3 or 2. So whoever has the lowest, so whoever did the most with the least would actually win the game. A couple more things I should mention I forgot to mention. When it gets to the pups, the youngsters like blue here, you can put them anywhere in here. Obviously they don't have any movement for the race, but they can go anywhere, and of course you can swap them out if possible. Now, one of the things I should mention, I think I might have mentioned it, is I did mention it, the bonus action. On your turn, you can, if there is one of these Huskies out on the table, one of the youngsters, you can take a bonus action and draft one into your hand, or put it onto your sled. So there is that bonus action, which pretty sure I mentioned. Anyway, that is the game. I apologize, this video is a bit long. It's a really cool game, really nice artwork, some beautiful dogs, if you like dogs. I'm more of a cat person personally, but I like it. It's pretty cool. Comment, like, subscribe, let me know what you think. And that is that. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. See ya.